If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.
This is a podcast from Minute Media.
Warning, the following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, kiddies. This is yours duly, John Kassir, the voice of the Crypt Keeper. And you're listening to Slasher Radio.
Welcome to Slasher Radio. My name is Bones, and as always, I'm joined with the ravishing Rob Humphrey and the Cat Velour. What's going on, guys?
What's up?
Hey there.
Cat, are you jealous that Rob is ravishing?
No, I'm not.
It should be.
I don't know what it is. It's just so fun to call him ravishing, and it makes me mad that I do it, but I can't.
It's because I'm so sexy.
See, here we go. God damn it. Guys, I want you guys to know that I had tweeted out and sent you guys the picture of my grandmother's little book collection the other day. And I want you to know that I went over her house not too long ago, the day I sent that picture out. And I'm showing her how to use pretty much everything internet related for a television.
Okay.
And what did I have her set up? I'm showing her Netflix. I'm showing her all these things, and she is overwhelmed. But I feel like she's going to start seeing a lot of good stuff. Like Hush is one of the things she hasn't seen yet.
She's okay without that one.
Okay.
There was a guy at work, and I tried to help him out with that stuff. And he just was not getting it. So I hope your grandmother got it better than he did. After we got his Netflix all set up and everything, and I was showing him, like, here's all the stuff you can watch. He said to me, he goes, but how do I know when it's on? Wow. I said, what do you mean, how do you know when it's on? He goes, how do I know what time they're showing these movies? They're showing them whenever you want to see them, man. Like, he just did not get it.
Yeah, it's I felt bad for her because I could see the steam coming from the top of her head, out of her ears.
Yeah,
because I was throwing so much at her. Here's how you switch from this app, and here's how you do that. But she took to the computer well. So I feel like, and my grandma, she's going to use this predominantly for horror stuff. My grandmother loves horror stuff. That's where I got it from. And I just want you to know there's going to be some reactions from Grandma Bones about certain things as she's seen them. Like, I told her to watch what's that R.L. Stein stuff?
Fear Street,
yeah. So she's gonna check that.
You got to get her to call and leave a voicemail with her reactions to stuff.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Yeah. That might be a way to get her on here. Damn it.
Oh yeah.
Slowly but surely. Yeah. I forgot what else I told. I told her to watch Tiger King too, and she. My 83-year-old grandmother. Yeah. But yeah.
Is Tiger King 2 out yet?
It is.
Did you watch it, Kat?
I did, yeah.
How is it?
It is. it's pretty much exactly what you would expect.
Okay. So I'm
It's
probably not gonna watch
shorter.
it then.
I will say it's
Yeah, I'm probably not.
shorter than I was
I'm
expecting.
kind of done with that whole thing anyway. I feel like.
Do you think Carol Baskin will be trending again from it?
You know, I've been really surprised because there was a lot of like bombshell stuff in season 2, and no one's been talking about it. I think no one wants to apologize that Carol Baskin looked more sane in this season, and I think people are just kind of unwilling to back down.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
yeah, I don't give a
'Cause
shit
it's-
what she did. I won't either because it's
You can
funny.
you can get a cameo from Carol Baskin. You know how much you think it costs?
$1,000.
No,
80?
no, $250.
That's a lot. That might as well be 1,000.
Yeah.
Who does she think she is? Joe Exotic could get easily double that, I would imagine, if he was able to do cameo.
Yeah, I don't think they let you do those from prison, do they?
Probably not.
No, but you know what they did? My favorite part of the second season of Tiger King, and they glanced over it. That was my biggest issue, was they just kept dropping like these giant things and then moving on. He had a website set up for himself because his husband left him, Dylan, the most recent husband of Joe Exotic.
Well, if those two can't make it work, what hope do the rest of us have?
Left him. Well, this might give you hope. From prison, after his divorce, he decided that he was going to set up a website called Bachelor King, where you can fill out an application to be Joe Exotic's next husband, which is just absolutely wild to me.
Wow.
The sad part is he'd have a ton of applications.
He's already found a new boyfriend. There were like, he was showing off pictures of him in this season, and I was like, who set this up?
No, that kind of stuff pisses me off, man. Like where the building that I work in is across the street from the jail, like the county jail or whatever.
No.
And there are constantly people out there, like women and like with their kids. And they're like out there with them, like, wave to daddy, waving at the windows. And they write on the sidewalk with sidewalk chalk, I still love you, Bobby Boo, or whatever, And I get so mad when I see that shit. And I'm like, this motherfucker's in jail and he's got this woman coming down here and doing this for him. And I can't get a fucking date. What the hell, man?
Hey, man, what's his name was had some girl looking to marry him? Charles Manson.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
I kind of get that though, in a weird way, because he's like famous and
that's true.
Even with the Joe Exotic, like, I mean, he's famous for being a fucking idiot, but he's still famous,
Yeah.
So in a weird way, I kind of get that, but just some dude who's in jail for, probably beating this woman up, or his meth problem or whatever. And now, she's out there writing in sidewalk chalk and everything.
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
But yeah, just wanted to bring that out, that Grandma Bones is finally moving into, like I felt bad too, because she loves horror stuff so much. And like she hasn't seen Halloween Kills. She's gonna be able to watch that now.
Did you get a Peacock?
Yes, she has Peacock.
Peacock or Free?
Peacock.
Okay.
Not Free, which you shouldn't be saying because now we just got bleeped because of you. I mean, we've been over this a couple times now.
You said it too.
But you made me say free.
I didn't make you say free. I said free. You didn't have to say free.
I know I didn't have to say free, but you saying free led to me saying free.
It makes you want to say free when I say.
Kinda, but still, I wouldn't have said it if you didn't say free. So,
well, I'll be interested to see what she thinks of Halloween Kills.
Yeah, me too. This all started because I was trying to get her to watch Chucky, because Walking Dead's coming to an end, and she had. Get her a nice TV show she can watch, something horror related, she'll dig into it. And so this now turned into her being able to watch pretty much everything under the sun.
Yeah.
So there we go. Candyman 2 is another one.
Oh yeah. I'm starting to lose interest on that Chucky TV show a little bit.
Why?
I don't like what they're doing with Jennifer Tilly and the Fiona Dorff character at all. I don't care for any of that.
What the hell's wrong with you?
I just don't like it. I think I don't like that storyline at all.
Jennifer Tilly in a lesbian love story.
Yeah.
What the fuck is there not to like with this?
I just don't like it. I don't care for it. I could do completely without it.
All right.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'll probably still keep watching it, but
This is probably why you can't get a date. You turn down sexy things. Shame on you.
I'm getting less enthusiastic about it at all times. I did watch a series that's not horror related, but you guys should check it out. It's on HBO. It's on HBO Max. Have you guys seen the Righteous Gemstones?
No.
Oh, it's so good. It's one season. I watched the entire thing last night.
Damn.
I was up until 7:00 this morning. But yeah, I really like that. Tell Grandma Bones to watch the Righteous Gemstones.
Maybe
unless she's really into Jesus, then she might not want to watch it.
No, my grandmother, no. She's into Jesus, don't get me wrong, but she's not,
All right. Well, these people are like televangelists, but they're, frauds.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's I'm gonna tell her, see, maybe I can get her to do that. She'll give us a quick voicemail on what she thinks about something or whatever. Maybe I probably get her to do that.
Yeah, because then you're not putting a microphone in her face or anything. She just call on her phone.
Yeah.
And leave the voicemail.
Well, I did try and get her to leave a voicemail to yell at you, and she wouldn't do that either. So I don't know.
Well, that's because she didn't want to yell at me.
Everyone always wants to yell at you.
Yeah. I realized she wanted to yell at you.
I'm the only one she likes on this show.
Oh, wow. Derby you. You sit and explain fucking Fire TVs and shit to an 80-something-year-old woman. Have fun with that. All right. We have Damian Maffei on this week, as we had talked about. Last week, if you haven't listened to it, last week we had our Thanksgiving survival guide a week early because we had to record with Damian this week. Go listen to that show, please. Because, as mentioned on there, the first survival guide we did, it wasn't the most popular show in the world, and that, I'm trying to make up for it with this one, damn it.
I didn't get any messages about numbers for this one, so I assume it's doing okay.
It's doing all right, but it could do better. I don't understand these people.
I will say this has got to be a slasher radio record that the movie Blood Rage has now been mentioned twice in a row on this show.
Oh yeah, that's
it was on my list last week, and it's going to come up later in this episode.
What a fucking movie. Only on this show, I swear to God, the dumbest stuff. I forgot you picked that last week.
Yeah, I had completely forgotten it was on your list.
And here we are again. This is just great. All right, but we do have Damian Maffei later on. He's going to talk to us about Wrong Turn, Haunt. We got into a little bit of Strangers Pray at Night. It's always a good time when we have Damian on. He gave us his thoughts on Halloween Kills.
Yep. He always brings it when he comes on. I appreciate that.
He's such a real one, man. Like, he really is. I have mentioned there's something else that pretty much he had tweeted replying to something that I had posted, and Ghost thought, because it was for the new thing that I'm working on, and Ghost had thought it meant that he was interested in it. And I was like, no, what's wrong with you? And I had told him that, like, oh, you got our hopes up. And he was like, if I ever got a podcast, I'd be blackballed. And I'm like, yeah, he probably would.
Probably.
Damian, but he speaks his mind, which I love. And there's usually, like, he's not one of those people who just say shit to say shit. Like, there's thought behind what he's saying. Like, it's truly how he feels,
Yeah.
Respect it. But yeah, always a good time with Damian. That was kind of a long episode. We don't need to have a news segment this week, huh?
No.
I
don't think so. Unless there's anything pressing.
Can we have a quick Cat's Ridiculous Purchase of the Week segment?
Oh, absolutely.
Of course.
One of my favorite segments.
My German copy of Fireman came in. I'm very happy.
What?
Sure, why wouldn't you be? Can you read German?
I can.
Okay.
Kind of.
Wow.
Not as well as I thought I could before my copy of Fireman came in, but I'm working on it.
All right. Why did you buy it in German? Is it not in English?
I already have a copy in English, and I bought it because it was a Skeleton Crew release, which meant that all the proceeds went to their weekly charity. They rotate out charities every week, And it was signed by Joe Hill. It came from his personal collection, and I'm very, very happy to have a copy of it in German.
Jesus, how much you pay for that thing?
Here's the amazing part. I only paid like $30 for it.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that's like with shipping and everything. It was it was very nice.
So you got a signed Joe Hill book now.
Yes.
All right.
In German, which I think is going to be the best way to study German.
Maybe.
Is by reading spooky books. So
or you could just put it on your shelf and never read it and just be like, look at my signed Joe Hill book.
Well, I have one of those.
Okay.
She had one. Kat, see, I don't want to hear no more crap about me. You had one with the subtitles. You bought a whole book. How do you buy a book without subtitles? At least mine is reasonable, damn it. And you had an English version.
Because I speak German.
That's fair. I mean, you're better than me. Yeah, no. But she pretty much got a book without the subtitles when she has the English one. That is fun. But no, that is badass. Damn it. Every time I see something cool like that, I can never find something for a decent price. Usually it's like a couple $100 for stuff like that.
Yeah. I don't speak German though. I do speak Italian.
No, you don't.
Gabagoo.
Oh my. There's been way too much gabagool shit going on Twitter because now you got everyone else doing it.
It's everywhere.
It's
catching on. It's sweeping the nation.
Like you're getting everybody to.
It's not just me though.
But it's because of you.
No, it's a combination of me and Tony D'Angelo.
But the only I have people a la fucking Greg sending me Tony D'Angelo stuff now. Like I have to look at this shit. And there's one where he literally said gabagool in the fucking thing. Like I couldn't believe that. Chris sending me gabagool t-shirts.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you happy with what you've done?
We're looking out for you.
No, you're happy.
We'll send you that t-shirt because we thought maybe you'd want to pick it up.
Why would I ever wear that shirt?
Represent your people, like that one guy in Brooklyn. That guy was representing, Mikey.
But he didn't have gabagool on it.
You need to get out there and represent. Well, you can't rip him off completely. You got to do your own thing.
I will never do gabagool ever. That is like so fucked up. And now you're having other people harass me.
I'm not having anybody do anything. They're doing it on their own.
I had never heard this until like the last few weeks.
Oh, and it's gabagool?
Yeah. All over my Twitter.
Yeah.
Right.
It's for which I blame Rob.
Yeah. Yeah. It's an insult towards Italians.
No, it's an Italian thing.
No, it's not. It's ham. Technically, it's a type of ham, but like we don't run around saying gabagool for no fucking reason like Tony D'Angelo. Now,
do you not? I don't know.
No, we don't.
I don't know. Pop culture would have me believe otherwise.
No, racist culture would have me believe otherwise. It's not right. It's like all over my feed now because of you. Damn it. I don't know how we got on this topic from Kat's book, but
I can turn anything into what I want it to be.
Yeah, gabagool, I know.
Yeah, part of my magic.
That's a word for it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. So no new segment this week. We spent a lot of time with Damian. Like I said, always a good time to hang out with him. And so we'll kick you over to that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much for hopping on with us, man. We're excited to talk to you.
Oh, you got it. My time of night here.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah. Well, it's 1 a.m. for me. Is it 1 a.m. for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Well, thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem, man. Always a good time. We are joined by the first time someone has come back to receive punishment 3 times on the show. The great Mr. Damian Maffei. What's going on, sir?
I'm the only sucker you can get back on here.
You're the only one that we tricked 3 times.
Holy shit.
Yeah. That's the shame of it.
I mean, I was fine until I heard that news, but
Last time we had you on here was pre-COVID, and
was there ever a time?
Right, it feels like it. And thinking back on that, I don't know if you were. I doubt you remember. I remember very well. I was sick as a dog when we recorded that, and I'm pretty sure that's probably what it was. Looking back now, looking at all the symptoms and everything, how has COVID kind of affected you? What you're doing, all acting on movie sets, and how's it been dealing with that?
Yeah, COVID. Whew. Yeah, I mean, it started out by delaying a whole mess of projects.
Mm-hmm.
Some of which went back and got filmed. I did drop out of one. And then one which we're filming in April now, which I'm pretty excited for. So yeah, I mean, that was a bummer because I was looking forward to those things. I mean, I try not to do movies unless I'm into them, unless it's something I kind of want to see as a fan, or I think have some potential. So to see them indefinitely delayed or have to drop out of, and that kind of sucked. And then there was a whole world of I got 3 kids, so they weren't going to school. They're all home and learning on the computer. I have a teenager, a 9-year-old, or he's 8 at the time, and he pays attention for about 30 seconds.
Yes, yeah.
And I have a 3-year-old who's, the rule was if he could lift it, he would throw it.
Mm-hmm.
So and he was pretty strong. So like that was all happening at once, and like I was just like Joe Beth Williams in Poltergeist. So just like one day my hair was like white. So I mean that was tough. Really, really put me in a whole different Damian. But on the other hand, like it put me like I was like I'm just gonna start doing like the things I wasn't doing. Like I was like, whenever conventions fire up again, I'm going to start doing some conventions. And I mean, I have done.
Right.
And I took kind of teamed up with people and really, because all we had was free time. So we kind of like tried to really put everything we had into projects that we wanted to see happen, like on the other end of it. And I did wind up shooting a couple of movies like in the eyeball of the pandemic, which was is not advisable.
Yeah.
Especially where we were filming it. We were filming it in Maine. It was like southern Maine. It was like they just did not want us there at all.
Mm.
You couldn't even film, like you couldn't film anywhere. You couldn't film in any public space without a mask on. Like if you're in the street without a mask, you could be fined.
Wow.
I mean, that's how it was, and how it is now. But so that was tough. And it was like locations would just drop out on us the day of, which is insanity. So that was really tough. But yeah, I mean, we made it through it and doing some things. And like I said, those movies that got delayed have happened or are happening.
Yeah, it seems like where the landscape is, we're getting back to quote unquote normal, I guess, little by little now. One of the things I had seen, I was looking at your IMDb when I had asked you if you would come back on, and I seen some of the stuff that you were working on listed there. One thing that was very interesting that I wanted to ask you about was a project called Happy Slashers that you were listed on. What was that? Because I don't see it around anymore.
What was it?
It seemed like an animated thing.
His name is Ron Gaeta, I think. Really lovely guy.
Okay.
I think he had probably like Dave Sheridan on a podcast or something. And Dave Sheridan was like, you gotta get Felissa Rose on your podcast. And then Felissa did the podcast, and it was like, I'm doing this thing called Happy Slashers. It's like an animated parody of, slashers at like a support group or something. And Dave Sheridan was like, yeah, I'll do the Ghostface character, whatever it's called, because he didn't have the licensing for it.
Right.
They couldn't call the thing. And then, it was like, get Felissa involved. And of course, Felissa's like, you gotta get Damian to do one. So that was it. It was like, that was during the pandemic. So he asked me, and I was like, well, this seems pretty easy. And I hadn't done any kind of voice stuff yet, which I was kind of interested in. So I was like, sure.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like a fun thing, but I was like, have you, are you working with an entertainment lawyer? You should really kind of cover your ass there with that. Mm-hmm. I think he launched an Indiegogo campaign, and Bloody Disgusting ran an article or something, and like within an hour, I think, whoever's running the Michael Myers show over there, slapped him around a bit, had him made him remove Michael Myers.
Right.
So he had like problems there. It's like the Indiegogo couldn't function anymore. He had to like remove the video and all that stuff. And he was like, hold on, I'm getting rid of Michael Myers. We'll be back. I was like, well, I mean, I think like two separate companies, own the Chucky thing. So like, and that, that IP is firing away right now. The show and the movies. So like, they're definitely going to come for you. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I mean, it didn't happen.
That's what it seemed like, but it just sucked because I was like, damn, that is a funny idea. Like, that would be awesome.
Yeah. It was in, I mean, I guess I get, making them drop that, but it was like, it's not, really infringing on, it's a parody, there's, I don't know what the rules are there, that gray area.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Own the Michael Myers property. You don't really want to see anyone kind of making light of it, making a joke of him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. It's the most boring character in the history of motion pictures. So, God forbid you have any fun.
Wow. Okay.
Maybe you could have split the difference with Jason Voorhees and hope that nobody involved in that lawsuit noticed because they were busy
that's
with
exactly
other stuff.
It's been a Jason thing. You couldn't even fucking come after that if you tried.
Yeah. You don't know who to listen to even if they try. Like, well, I don't know. What do you own? Yeah, that I seen that and I was just so curious about it. And I was like, damn, that you're right, the parody thing. I thought maybe they were living behind that. But all right, so
I remember like Barry Manilow, I think, tried to sue Weird Al.
Really?
Yeah. For the was it Weird Al? I feel like it was Weird Al.
Probably.
It was a Star Wars Cantina song done to the
Yoda. Wait, what Manilow song is that?
It was a Copacabana.
Yeah, and
Star Wars Cantina.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was Weird Al.
Yeah,
but Weird Al's covered on all that stuff. Like he reaches out to the artist for permission, and then they don't give it. He just does it anyway.
yeah, because there's nothing they can do about it.
Right, but apparently you can't do an animated slasher parody.
Speaking of projects that you have coming up, I am very interested in a movie that I believe is supposed to be out in February called Terror Trips.
Yeah.
What this movie? I love the concept, the idea behind this movie. You're not going to disappoint me here, are you?
I don't know.
You don't know. All right.
I don't know. I'd have to say that. Well, it's probably not what you're expecting with that movie.
Okay.
I would say that I'm certainly more of a producer on it than anything else.
Oh, really? Okay.
So, and that was a movie shot in pandemic. Actually, that was the movie I had to drop out of. While I'm just spewing information that I don't know if I'm supposed to be sharing. But yeah, that was a movie I did have to drop out of because of like, I was just like swarmed with children. I was like, we're getting the movie going. I was like, I can't.
Yeah.
I did wind up in it though. But yeah, so I really, but I mean, I helped piece together that cast. And yeah, and I got Felissa involved in that as a producer. Yeah, it was a good group. I was out there, while they're filming it, and I wound up in it. And I met some good people on that I had not known previously who have joined us on other things. So yeah, I feel like the only reason I say it's probably not what you expect because I've talked to other people who definitely have preconceived notions about it, and they always seem off.
Okay.
So romantic comedy, that's what you were expecting, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so then yeah, okay, it is.
Yeah, a little meet cute, and somebody owns a bed and breakfast somewhere, and off you go.
Yeah, and I play a waiter in a restaurant, just one line, and there you go.
All right, so the movie that I really wanted to talk to you about, pick your brain about, is Wrong Turn. And last time we had you on, you had told us that this movie was, I think even before it really started hitting advertising and all that stuff. And you told us that it was something completely different than what Wrong Turn had done before. Yes. And we didn't know what you meant. No. Now we do.
Yes.
What was it like being, because you kind of, like, you touched on a little bit of this last time, but the Wrong Turn franchise is a weird one. It's up, it's down. How do you think the final result of that was? Because now I'm sure most people have seen it, so spoiler. But
well, I sitting at these conventions, what I hear at least 50 times a day, there's a new Wrong Turn.
Yeah. Oh no.
And that's pandemic thing, because that thing was supposed to hit 3,000 theaters. That was a wide release.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was, it's exciting. There's a lot of money put into that movie. It was going to be, as wide a release as, you really could hope for. And then it, kept getting, it was like, oh, it's only going to do 500 theaters. It's going to be a one-night Fathom event.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I more than not, people don't know it's out there.
You're not
which
wrong
is
about that.
A whole other thing of not just in this day and age, and not just in pandemic, and how things have changed is like marketing and promotion stuff. It's like you can't just rely on social media.
You're right. And because you're right, it didn't feel like the wave that it should have been, because the first at least 3 Wrong Turns were, when they came out, people were into it, a big deal. And I did feel that, where I was kind of like, man, this one isn't hitting the way I thought it was going to. But
yeah. Well, I mean, I know I cut you off. Finish your inquiry, your question, and then I certainly have plenty to say about it.
Okay, good.
Wrong Turn franchise.
The only thing I was going to continue with that was that I was going to ask how you felt. I guess I don't even know what to call you guys. You were kind of like a cult / kind of weird. How do you think that measured up as opposed to going the traditional Wrong Turn, like hillbilly mutated route?
I mean, like I always like this. It's the same writer and creator as the original. Right. It was Alan McElroy. So, I mean, ultimately, it's like this guy invented, whatever, or created. So he can do whatever the fuck he wants with this stuff. The Wrong Turn franchise, I've always, so I've, been on the internet and the social media for a while now. Right. No one in this country talked about the Wrong Turn franchise, and I'm in the horror groups and stuff because I'm a fan. And like, no one brings it up. And once every 8 months, someone will mention the first one or be like, "What's your favorite Wrong Turn movie?" But it's just not a franchise anybody talks about. And I'm always like, how did they get 6 movies out?
Mm-hmm.
Even as cheap and porny as the last 2 are, who's paying for these movies? Like, no one in this country is watching them. I don't understand. Like, I really, it was something I was trying to figure out. And then when I was announced for the new one, I immediately found out because I was just getting bombarded with messages from people, in Brazil, all over Latin America. And it was all, I'm the biggest Road to Terror fan. And I was like, what? And it was like, oh, that's what Wrong Turn is called. It's like, oh, Wrong Turn 7. How many fingers do you have? Are you 3-finger? And I'm like, oh God. I was like, this is how these movies are getting made. It's just all these people. And they're all asking me about cannibals and if I'm 3-finger and what's my cannibal thing. I was like, wow, these people are going to be really, really upset for many reasons. And we knew that while we were filming it. Not just, that both they would be upset with the lack of cannibals, but also me being announced for it, you just assumed that I would be some kind of raving lunatic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like when sequels stay within but do their own thing.
Right.
I mean, I guess this goes really far away from the others. I mean, I don't know. I like first Wrong Turn. Wrong Turn 2 is kind of fucking cool for slasher. Like, it looks like shit, but it's like really gory and it's like a timestamp because it's like reality show thing.
I like that one a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool. Joe Lynch, but the rest of them are just, nonsense. So it's like, who cares? I mean, that's pretty much how I was. Like, who gives a shit? Like, and I knew because I know horror fans. God love them. And I've been one all my life. Like, nobody hates horror movies more than horror fans.
Right.
So, like, I knew that as soon as this Wrong Turn was going to come out, like, it was just going to grow Wrong Turn fans.
Mm-hmm.
There'd be 45-year-old guys, but fuck you. You fucking ruining like childhood. And it's like, dude, you were 30 when the first one came out. Shut up. I knew it. And that's what happened. And like Mike Nelson gets, called every name under the sun. His Instagram thing, people calling him a homophobe and woke and the worst things. But I mean, I'm cool with it. Like, I like good movies. And I thought it was a cool turn on it. I thought it had a really neat cast and like my participation in it. Like, I was really honored to be asked to do that because it's like, I mean, I talked to Mike, the director, long before anyone else was involved. And he was a big fan of Pray at Night. And, he like, we were talking about, the monsters in movies, like the villains, and the difference, bringing something and trying to make something out of, like the sack from Strangers. And, like Freddy, when they tried to, shove someone else in there and wasn't working out. And we were talking about the Wrong Turn movies, and he was telling me, it's not that kind of thing, but he'd like me involved. And they originally wanted me as the main kind of redneck guy that Tim Desarm wound up playing, kind of the leader, comes back. And I was really pumped about doing that. It was like, I'll never get something like this. But they wanted to go an older route. And then they talked to me about playing the Morgan character. And it's like, this, he doesn't speak English. It's this whole other language. So I was like, well, I'm in. That's really fucking cool that you have faith in me to do this. Like,
right.
Sit with this dialect coach for 3 months and work on that. And yeah, so I have nothing bad to say about it as a fan or a participant. I mean, I dig it. And it's like with any remake or reboot, whatever. Like, you don't like it, don't watch it.
I agree.
Black Christmas, my favorite movie. Got 18 reboots of it that I'm just.
We can do without.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you. And there are movies that have been remade that I like both of them. It's like, wow, yeah, that's fucking cool. You get two different takes of things in a world I kind of like.
Right. Yeah, I personally didn't mind the change. And partly because of what you said, like it's Wrong Turn. It's not like an iconic Freddy Krueger, Jackie Earle Haley kind of change, but
right.
I think the redneck hillbilly, whatever you want to, call the mutated things, I think it's overdone sometimes. And it's kind of like, I think Wrong Turn was a big part of bringing that back. And there was a wave of that after the first few Wrong Turns came out. And, like I seen what people were saying, okay, these are one of the originators, well, not original, but of its time, bringing that. But, I kind of like going a different route with it because it's not, it served its purpose. I feel all the same. And I wasn't mad at it at all.
I mean, I get, you going and be like, oh man, another Wrong Turn movie. Yes. It's going to be like a fucking potato head with a crossbow and it's going to be great. And you watch it and you're like, wait a minute, what the hell is this? This isn't the cannibals. And then you just immediately furious. You hate it. Now, I mean, I knew that was going to happen. I don't think the production company that made it knew it was going to happen, but I was like, listen, people are going to fly off the handle about this movie. You take it from me. You should always run things by me before you spend $10 million on a movie. I just want you to know people are going to lose their shit. But what you hope is that in 20 years, they're going to do this retroactive love thing for it. And they're going to come back and some people are like, it's the best in the series. Like all the stuff that Halloween 3 kind of started. There's this retroactive love train going on there. Where people now it's it's common as hell. We can go back and hoist terrible movies up just because they're 30 years old.
Wait, am I hearing you right that Halloween 3 is a horrible movie? Because
me,
yeah,
no, I like Halloween 3.
Okay,
I mean, but something like Blood Rage, just because it's from the 80s.
The movie is garbage.
It's like Thanksgiving. Everyone's like, oh, that Blood Rage. Oh, this is my third favorite slasher of all time. What? Like, you can't be serious.
Yeah.
You can't be serious because if you're serious, like you have to like fall down more in life and shit. Just like trip out of nowhere.
Yeah. Blood Rage is a movie that's so bad it's terrible. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I like Halloween 3. Hey, I had season. I don't look, and this is the beautiful horror fandom, and it's really like major nerdy fandom in general. Is that you can't just be like. I mean, I like Halloween 3. Are they going to be the best or the worst? Everything has to be the best or the worst. Always has to capsize one way or the other. Lean into it. This is the best movie ever. The worst movie ever. Strangers Prey at Night was the worst movie ever for so many people in the theater. It's like, you live in a charmed life. That was the worst movie you've seen.
That's right.
Because Blood Rage. Not cranberry sauce.
We have a little bit of an ongoing feud about Halloween 3 on this show. So, yeah, that doesn't help my cause. That's for sure.
It's not my favorite. It's not, it's not as bad as it got hit for just because that fucking Myers wasn't in it. But, it's also not as good as people pretend. And The Exorcist 3 too. The Exorcist 3 is it's the best one in the series. It's great. It's really good. George C. Scott is in it. So how bad could it be? There's a lot of good actors in it. Jason Miller's in it. It's got some great stuff. Fantastic stuff. That hallway thing. The shears is fucking fantastic. A lot of really, really good stuff. It's, always deserved more credit. But, I mean, it's not better than the original Exorcist. There's so much clunk and dopey shit going on. But The Exorcist has been, the scariest movie ever for 70 years. And, it's like you got to be edgy about it. And now we're going to hoist up The Exorcist 3. That's just how it is.
You did say you had a lot to say about Wrong Turn, though. And what did you think what's your biggest contention with it? Because, like I said, you seem like you had a lot to say specifically. Is there anything really you wanted to get out about that?
I meant like the franchise.
Franchise itself.
The franchise, how bewildering it was that it kept going there. I mean, the production of the one I filmed, it was a tough production. The locations were very difficult.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that as well, filming on site and all that stuff.
Well, yeah, so most of the outdoor stuff, it was filmed all in Ohio. Most of the outdoor stuff was in Hocking Hills, and that was like, you just had everything was uphill. So you're like getting all this equipment. It was like this was a production had money, it was not like a little indie thing. But I mean, it was brutal. I remember the sound guy was like plopped next to like a wasp nest, and that thing cracked open, and it was like everyone's getting stung. And that was just really tough, grueling. Definitely for the crew. And it was, it's mountainous, and there's caverns, and the water's gorgeous. And then on the other end of it, that trial stuff that we filmed, that was literally underneath Cincinnati in this old subway system. I was like, we're all going to be found dead like 3 months after this, just like the breathing. If you look at the behind the scenes on that, you think it was shot during the pandemic because everyone has the masks on, except when we were filming because of the breathing.
Right.
That was really tough. We were under there for a while. It was just a lot of, Ohio really, if you're looking for it, can put you through it.
That's accurate.
Oh yeah, Kat would know all about that. Yeah, that's true. A local Ohioer, I guess you could call her.
I believe it's Ohioans, isn't it? Or Buckeyes?
Oh, God.
I think it's Buckeyes. Yeah.
I've got to move.
Well, are you close to the Cincinnati area?
No.
There? Okay.
I'm a couple hours out.
Because, we filmed The Strangers and Haunt 5 minutes away from each other. And that was, it's kind of like the tax bracket there, covers a region of, Ohio and Kentucky. So it's all local. So we were all, we were minutes away from CBG, the airport there, which is like the Ohio, Kentucky airport. So we were dipping in and out of Ohio in all 3 of those movies.
Oh, wow.
I'm glad you brought up Haunt too. There's something else I wanted to bring up to you, Damian, because you had mentioned that years later people look back on movies and they deem it so whatever. I know it hasn't been that long with Haunt, and Haunt had a great reception when it did come out. But do you feel the wave now of? I feel like Haunt is getting mentioned more now than when it came out, and in a very good way.
I do. I feel well, like The Strangers. I get a lot of messages from people who admittedly hated it when it came out or wouldn't give it a chance for whatever reason. It's like you go see, it's like these people don't like horror movies made for over $500 or sequels, whatever the fuck. So it's like I despised it when it first came out. Now it's my third favorite movie. I was like, oh, okay. But so The Strangers came out on 2,500 screens. Had a wide release. Had a good promotional thing, so it was out there, and that really generates the hate train for things.
Yeah.
So Haunt was originally supposed to have that kind of release. And then for a variety of very shitty reasons, it did not get it. And it just kind of, it sat long enough where I forgot about it.
Right.
And I was like, wow, you know, I mean, I really loved doing that movie, and it, you know, it wasn't cheap. I would hate to see it not get out there. Like, I couldn't imagine it not getting out there. Especially, you know, since when we were filming it, you know, like promotion for, I think when we were filming it, they were filming A Quiet Place at the same time. Mm-hmm. And, you know, the directors of Haunt had written A Quiet Place. So it was like, they were doing well. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I really, Haunt has gone through some interesting things. I think in retrospect, kind of the way it was released, kind of the stumbly, quiet way it was released was probably best for it, because it didn't get that, you know, theatrical thing where people go in there and it's the worst movie ever. It was kind of like, it just kind of like slunk out on Shudder. Mm-hmm. You know, played in like 15 theaters. And it was just like word of mouth.
Right.
Really, that kind of got it. And it was like, it's a lot of, I just watched this movie called Haunt. I wasn't expecting anything, or I was expecting a ghost thing or whatever. So I really think that worked in its favor. And then I remember I was in the car and my phone just started going off like nonstop. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? It was like, Joe Bob's talking about you on the drive-in. And I grew up watching the guy. So, you know, he had it on there, and that was a big thing for it. And it's been received positive enough that, you know, like people are always like starved to watch seasonal things, you know, during holiday stuff, looking for those holiday movies, and especially Halloween. So, you know, it's been, you know, trotted out there for so many people on Halloween, and yeah, I mean, it's been enjoyed. It's been enjoyed enough that, you know, there's a lot of cool stuff going on with the Haunt franchise right now that I can't talk about.
Okay.
But there's definitely Haunt stuff coming in the future, already in motion.
Nice.
Being produced or whatever, cool stuff. So Absolutely. It's definitely, you know, I feel like it's got a shot to kind of have, you know, a good life.
Yeah.
And I mean, I hope so, because I love doing it, and I really like everyone involved.
Because last month I had 2 people say to me, and I seen it tweeted about, like, Haunt's always, you know, it was around a lot, and I had 2 people say, "Oh, there's this new movie out, Haunt. You got to watch it." I'm like, "Oh, yeah." Where the hell have you been? But if I didn't know if maybe you felt that too, because I just feel like Haunt is kind of getting like a second life out of nowhere, which is a great thing.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's great, and you know, like if people, you know, think it's, you know, brand new, I mean, I don't care.
Right.
It definitely is. You know, Trick or Treat Studios did the masks, and and Terror Thread's been like fucking killing the shirt game, and Cavity Colors too, and Fright Rags did one shirt, but like Terror Threads like put out this abundance of really cool shirts, and all of it, you know, it plays its part. You know, it's like really nice shirts, and people are like, what the hell is that? And it's all a thing, and there's other good stuff coming out, and I think you know, when you make like a holiday horror movie, you know, it's a little blessing and a curse, because you hope that it lands in that seasonal rotation for people,
right?
Like, you know, not like New Year's Eve, where it's just like, well, it's New Year's Eve and there's 3 New Year's movies. So I get started the Terror Train and this piece of shit. You know, you want it to be like, man, it's October, whatever, it's time to watch Haunt finally. Like, you love that. But then, like, for the most part, you're not watching Haunt, you know, in July or whatever. Like, you're not watching Halloween in June, or I guess I guess people are Halloween. I don't understand the Halloween thing, but
I'm going to ask you something later that'll get into that a little better, because
Right.
you're blowing my mind right now with all these little.
I mean, I get it, but it's like it's too much. It's too
Okay.
fucking much.
All right.
Yeah, I'll speak freely. Enough. I'll speak freely. God damn it. You know what I mean. So
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Black Christmas is my favorite movie, horror movie. We'll say. You know, am I watching it in April? Maybe, but you know, it's not
Usually not. Yeah.
Not the same. No.
Yeah. I did see it on a lot of those 31 days of Halloween. Everybody does that crap. And
Black
Haunt was
Christmas?
on. No, Haunt. I seen that on a bunch
good.
of them this year. So it's like, yeah, you're right. It's getting into that rotation for Halloween. Yeah, I didn't even think of it that way. That's very true. Yeah.
I think it's good enough to hang out. If you're doing 31 Halloween movies, like,
Right.
I mean, there are more Halloween movies than anything else, I guess, at this point, but like, still got to be slim pickings after like 20. Like, what are you doing? Like, Trick or Treat, you know?
Yeah.
Or Hell Night? I think it's Hell Night. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, I would definitely say, you know, with you know, cautious hope, that yes, Haunt seems to kind of keep nudging its way out there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I did, like I said, I had something I wanted to bring up, but Rob, Kat, did you guys have anything else before I change the subject entirely?
No, I was just going to change the subject entirely too, because I know that Damian is a slasher movie fan, obviously, saying Black Christmas is his favorite horror movie. Doesn't seem to be much of a Halloween fan, but I wanted his opinion on Halloween Kills.
Ooh.
Have you watched it again this week?
I have not.
You like Halloween Kills so much, you're watching it every week?
No, it's just that it's on Peacock and it's going to go away at some point. So I'm just trying to get as much out of it as I can.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well,
Don't worry,
yeah.
I got Cartman ready. Don't worry.
It's yeah, you know, it was brutal. It was brutal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. Evil dies tonight. It's I mean, you know, it's hard to sit there and be like, oh, I want to watch The Burning, and then nitpick Halloween Kills. So if you sit and watch The Burning, like, this movie doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, there isn't a brain in this movie's head, but you know, it's got like cropsy, and it's all 80s feeling and stuff. So, you know, in just kind of like in slasherdom, Halloween Kills, you know, does it, and you know, with gusto, does it with gusto. If I'm looking at it from a movie perspective, which I try not to do, you know, it's got, you know, it's you know, the brain thing was not really like, why the guy, the Danny DeVito guy, the guy that looks like Danny DeVito, the patient.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Tivoli, I think, was the character's name.
Yeah, like there's just a lot of stuff. Like in the bar, you can see Michael's picture on the screen. So they're like, we don't know what he looks like. We haven't seen him without his mask. What? I know what John Wayne Gacy looks like. Like, fucking Google him. He's been in a hospital for 80 years. There's no pictures of the fucking guy.
I never even thought of that. This is a really good point. Yeah.
Like, you know, it's just dopey. But, you know, like, you know, I don't care. It was just, there's a lot of killing. That's what you want.
Yeah.
You know, it delivered. You got that Michael Myers. It did like a whole cool flashback thing with the Loomis and stuff. It's like, I'm like, why is this nurse here? Like, like, what are you doing? And you know, Anthony Michael Hall, Is it's kind of like if you go to Tommy Doyle's Facebook profile, it's just like an out of focus close up from his webcam. He's just like that kind of guy. Yeah, that was right. It was fine.
Yeah, that's kind of where I landed too. Like it's a fine movie that has a lot of problems. It
has a lot. Look, look, if I told you the movie I'm going to do in April, like this whole conversation would be null and void.
Okay.
That's I'm going to do a sequel to an 80s classic.
Okay.
Yeah, classic.
Okay.
Classic slasher sequel too. So
my wheels are spinning.
I'm like, they're like, Evil Dies Tonight. We got to do safety in numbers. We got to get together, and then they just all start going off like one by one.
Yeah.
And there's the whole thing. Is like, as far as anybody in this town knows, he killed a couple of babysitters, which isn't great. But like 40 years later, our knickers are all in a twist about this guy. Like, what is this place? Is this on Earth? Like, what? Are you that bored?
These are all things I
like
never thought
40 years. And like, safety in numbers. They go off in like 2 by 2. Like, Evil Dies Tonight. I'm going in alone. You wait in the car. He just killed the entire fire department, who only attacked him one by one. But he killed the entire fire department. Like, don't go in alone, Lonnie, because you're a little schlubby guy. You're probably not the answer to evil. Anyway, if you want to think about shit like that, you can. But if you just want, like, a movie better than Blood Rage, here you go.
Yeah, they nailed it. If that's all you're looking for.
Absolutely. This is like, we just need to make a movie better than Blood Rage. Now, give this lady an iron.
All right, then we can. I kind of want to continue real quick. I know we're taking up a lot of your time. I just have one more question. We had talked on our last week's episode that we have a segment called Horror Court, and we usually just never have any resolution at the end of the damn thing because the three of us just arguing about something dumb. But we were hoping that you would maybe be able to be a judge for this horror court, and it's not against anybody here. It's an offense that was made on Rob's other show called This Horror Life.
Okay.
And they had done like their top 5 favorite slashers or something. They had a little countdown. And
I've already absolutely just blacklisted myself by trashing the Halloween franchise and Blumhouse. So I might as well.
Right. Well, this is kind of up your alley more so than Michael Myers, apparently. You've said several times publicly, even on this show, about how bad you want to play Jason and is specifically Sackhead and all that. Rob's co-host Ghost didn't even have Jason Voorhees nor Michael Myers on the top 5 of her list.
Top 5
slashers.
Didn't have the characters on the slasher list?
Yes.
Yeah, right. Her number 1, I think, was, what was it, Rob? Chucky, and Ghostface was up there, and I forget her list exactly, but
well, I was really interested until I heard the top 2, because I was like, I've been pushing. I'm like, celebrate the the one-offs, the non-franchise stuff.
She had Victor Crowley on her list too.
And Art the Clown.
Art the Clown was the other one, yeah.
What the fuck is this? I liked it.
And Jason Voorhees isn't on there.
I don't like clowns. Like, not because I'm scared of them, just because, like, enough. I don't like dolls either. Like, dolls and clowns, give me a break. Who is this? This is a co-host?
Rob's co-host. He has another show called This Horror Life.
Are you still doing the show with him?
Yeah, believe it or not, we just recorded an episode today, actually.
Chucky, you can't. You're not like a. No, making me a gatekeeper. Well, I mean, does Ghostface qualify? Because it's never the same one.
That's what
the
I
trick,
said.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said on the episode. Yeah, that it's Ghostface is more of a costume than a character.
I mean, yeah, okay, whatever. I guess. Like, I like the whole Ghostface thing because, you know, it's like they're all like clumsy and you know, I mean, I like my slashers. You know, I certainly gravitate when they're a little more human, kind of like fallible, and I like the whole clumsy kind of Ghostface thing. You know, there's just something about, you know, like the lunky Jason or like Victor Crowley is like, he's just like punching heads off and ripping arms out. Just like what it's just like, you know, this is, you know, what can you do? Why do we bother? Just leave the planet.
Yeah. My thought was I would imagine you would find it very easy to lock her up and throw away the key for not having Jason on there in some form or fashion.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess to each their own. I don't know how you don't have one Jason on there. Like,
right.
There's a whole assortment on there. Kind of each movie gave you a little something different. So that's interesting. It only had 4, not 5.
What was her? She had Art the Clown. She had
Art.
Victor
She had
Crowley.
Freddy.
Oh yeah, Freddy was on there. I think at number 5 for her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Victor Crowley, Chucky, and
So she likes a little more kind of a fun animated kind of slasher.
It would seem.
Right.
And in her excuse me, in her defense a little bit, she's really into the Chucky TV show that's airing right now, and I think that played a lot of that played into it a lot.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's not my list. Wouldn't I don't think any of those would make an appearance on my list. But okay. Yeah. So what? You want me to have a ruling on that?
Yeah. Should she? Is she? I think this is an offense punishable by jail time at least.
Well, I think it's problematic. I feel like. Has she seen other movies?
You would think not, right?
Well, after hosting a show with her for a year, I can tell you it kind of seems like she hasn't.
Huh.
Every time I bring up a movie, she hasn't seen it. So we started doing episodes called Ghost Watches, where I make her watch movies.
Interesting.
I just made her watch Behind the Mask: The Rise of Leslie Vernon.
Is she mad at you?
No, she loved it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Not enough to put him on the.
Right.
No, well, we watched that after we did this list. So. I don't know if that would have changed or not.
Yeah, look, Chucky's very popular. I don't really like the whole Chucky thing. I guess the first one's fun. Just not my thing.
Right.
I like Adam Green. He does fun stuff. He's a pretty good guy. Victor Crowley movies, they're a little too cartoony for me. And I have some friends there that scattered throughout that franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Scream movies. I really like Scream 2.
Yeah, Scream is amazing
for me. So I just wouldn't put him up there.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll let her know you said she was wrong about everything.
Well, I definitely don't. Just because they'll try to cancel me on Twitter, and I haven't even started. He's trying to gatekeep me.
Yeah, right. She's gonna trust me. She'll be way more mad at me and Rob.
I'm just like, I'm not trying to cancel you. You horrible taste.
Amazing.
I'm not trying to keep anything. You're free to come and go through the gate. Just want to let you know this is a problem.
She should be ashamed of herself for it. At the least, is what I've been telling.
Just why have she seen My Bloody Valentine or something? Is that?
That's what I said too. Yeah.
She
or
has seen that.
the Friday 13th movies, or any other slasher.
Yeah,
Ever?
She has. That's the saddest part of it all. That with Jason not being on there alone, I was like, how could he not be anywhere?
Not
5
Jason
spots.
or Michael. And
Right.
that's when you said that, I was really intrigued. I was like, oh, maybe here's like like a kindred spirit who's gonna be like such a hipster. Like, yeah, like Miss Tredoni from Alice Sweet Alice, and you know, the Prowler, or like shit like that. Like that, I can get into. Like that's also ridiculous, but
You can see it, right?
Because I fucking love Alice Sweet Alice, and I want more people to. But yeah, this that was just different, unpleasant. Yeah, definitely punishable.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll have to figure out a punishment because, we figured that too. We said something has to be done with this because if they do more lists, she's going to keep doing this crap. And
has she seen Haunt? Like, what the fuck?
She loves Haunt.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she does.
Not enough.
Apparently not. Yeah, not enough.
I can't be the fucking clown. Like, he saw that chick in half. So did Bone Tomahawk.
Oh, boy. That's another movie. Oh Lord.
We have another raging debate I'd like you to weigh in on real quick, just yes or no answer, basically. Shape of Water, horror movie or not?
What?
There's a term I discovered last year called horror adjacent.
There you go.
Which is a cheat. I would definitely, if I had to be like, I would say it's not a horror movie.
Thank you. Thank you.
But it's definitely horror adjacent, I think. Like it's got horror ingredients in there. They're just kind of mixed in with kind of like a fantasy romance.
There you go.
But it's kind of more of that than it is horror.
Very true.
That's what I think.
That's what
a beautiful movie with some really good performances. So, but like if it's horror for you, then it's horror, I guess.
Yeah, they just make fun of me because I said it was my favorite horror movie.
You guys are
really
really tough. Really tough. Like I come on your show trying to spread positivity and stuff, and you guys are just like. Shame this person for us.
Well, I mean, they don't listen when we say it, apparently. So we were hoping we could wait. We know how big of a fan you are. You're literally in the genre.
I've been thinking about it for a while now. I probably wouldn't say out loud The Shape of Water is my favorite horror.
There you go.
Probably wouldn't tell anyone.
Unfortunately, it's recorded on at least 2 different shows.
Oh, easily.
Like, it's not like a guilty pleasure thing. It's not like when I used to watch Under Siege once a week and not tell anyone about it.
Oh, man. Well, Damian, thank you so much for your time, sir. It's always a blast hanging out with you. Is there anything you want to let everybody know where they can get in touch with you? Anything specific coming up?
I'm on the Instagram and the Twitter, although I really don't know how to use that thing. And now you have to like pay for thing. What?
Yeah, they have a Twitter Blue now. Yeah.
The fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Like I'll just let my typos hang out forever. And Facebook. I don't have the TikTok or the chat with the snapping. Just not compelled to dance. You find me there. Pretty good at responding to things sometimes. Yeah, on there. And you keep up to date on all the wonderful projects I have coming along, including that movie in April. Everyone's just going to be so super excited about. All those slasher fans. Your dreams are coming true. Blood Rage 2. Not too far off.
This time it is cranberry sauce.
Yeah, that is cranberry sauce.
Damian, thank you so much for hanging out with us, man. We appreciate it. Thank you. And I'm curious as hell. Now I'm looking out for what this is going to be in April now.
Well, you'll see soon enough.
All right.
Soon enough. All right.
Fair enough. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, man. I appreciate you.
Thanks for having me on. Anytime.
All right.
Thanks,
have a great night.
All right. You too. Bye.
Gotta say, guys, I think he liked me the most.
What the hell makes you think that?
It just seems like he did.
There's sometimes you say shit and it's like I just can't compute anything.
I'm just saying, of all of when it comes to this interview, I'm saying I won. I won the interview.
An interview.
He did also say that he would not say Shape of Water was his favorite horror movie.
Yeah, but
and that it was a fantasy romance.
He was just tossing you guys a bone on that one. He doesn't really believe
of course. Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure he does. And he also, I mean, he shit on Michael Myers, who is arguably your favorite killer.
No, I did my list of favorite killers.
Oh, yeah, you did, didn't you? Jason was on top, wasn't he? Yeah, it pissed me off. Yeah. So, man, he's just such a good fucking time, Damian. And I hope you guys enjoyed that. And Wrong Turn. Let us know what you guys think about Wrong Turn, because Rob and Kat, especially more so Rob. Surprise there. Not the biggest fan.
What does that mean?
Well, nothing. Just your taste in movies speak for themselves. Yeah. So let us know what you think, because we're a little divided here. I enjoyed the damn thing.
All right.
So
you can do that.
I damn sure can. Speaking of the things we enjoyed, we also before this episode, we recorded our Patreon show Versus, where we talked horror through the decades. We all picked a decade, and I got fucked, but
you didn't get fucked. You chose that decade.
We all chose our decades. Some of us chose more wisely than others.
I gave you first choice.
But I can't go back and change my choice once I say something. You locked me in. You knew what you were doing.
Did I? Maybe not.
Yeah, you did, because you knew that I was going to be stuck with it, and you were going to just have a fucking who does that? If you want to know what we're talking about, you got to check out the Patreon, guys. We're actually
come up off those $3 a month, you cheap sons of bitches.
Yeah,
$3.
$3 a month. Tiers starting as low as $3 a month. An extra show every week on the Lord Humphrey. He's not
gonna get right watch.
It's something about pony show or donkey show, and it's something what?
It's definitely not Donkey Show.
Okay.
It's the Lord Humphrey Audio Entertainment Network. We are full of great shows, including Versus.
Yeah, where we pit some horror topics up against each other. We are actually currently at our highest membership count for patrons, so that's awesome. So little by little, we're getting there.
Yep. Finally, you sons of bitches coming up off some of that money. $3 fucking for God's sake, man.
Yeah. Support the show, support indie horror. The more you guys support us, the more we are able to do, which is fun. So go be sure to check that out, slasherradio.com. patreon.com/slasherradio.
And you can go to slasherradio.com. There you can find our merch.
Yeah, you can get a shirt with Rob's face on it.
Yep. Just saying, Christmas is right around the
God. Can you imagine opening a Christmas gift and just seeing Rob's face?
It's a great gift for the entire family. That's all I'm saying.
There are t-shirts that the horror family would enjoy, but I don't know about the goddamn cat. That would be that's like the new lump of coal.
I want to see that family photo.
Can we get Rob's face on a lump of coal?
I wish we could. That'd be great.
No, seriously, I want to see that family photo of mom and dad, like the 2 or 3 kids, and they're all wearing my face
with the dog.
Fantastic. Standing in front of the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Everybody smiling because they got their new Rob shirt on.
Yeah. And so then they have their little Doberman with a Rob shirt on them. That'd be great. God, that's such a scary thought. And like it could be if someone wanted to, it could be reality.
It could be.
Like if William wanted to pick up 3 more of those, he could do that.
He
With
could.
his wife and kid.
He could.
Don't. Please.
I mean,
Please
you
don't.
might get divorced, William, but you know, honestly, it'd be worth it to me.
She'd be like, "It's bad enough you brought one of those, and now you expect me to wear that shit."
I am willing to sacrifice William's marriage for the picture. That's all I'm saying.
I bet you are. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right, guys. So go check out all that stuff. All of our episodes, interviews, articles are up there. At slasherradio.com. I'm at Mikey's Dead on Twitter. Follow the show at slasherradio on Twitter. And if you're into gaming, check out the Twitch. I'm gonna start. I haven't really been able to stream much lately, but I'm gonna get back on that. Twitch TV/slasher radio.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You can find me on Twitter at Radio Rob123. You can listen to my other show wherever you are listening to Slasher Radio. That is This Horror Life.
Yeah, I got thrown under a microscope tonight, didn't it? This horror life.
It sure did.
Little bit.
Can't believe her. We got to have a sentencing for Ghost. We got to come up with something. Yeah.
I feel bad because I think last week, I don't know if it was before recording or if it was like on the actual show, but I said that I was going to try and stick up for Ghost, and then I listened to the episode and those were some picks. I didn't come up with the defense, and
she named 5 slashers. I'll give her that.
She did name 5 slashers.
Yeah. She met the criteria of the list.
Kinda.
Freddy was there. I liked that.
So yeah, if you haven't, we talked about it. Right, we talked about it last week. Check out This Horror Life. Damn it, that's Ghost is like the female version of Greg. Kind of.
Yeah, she's dropping hot takes.
Right. She's causing shit over there. And yeah, Kat, where they find you there?
You can find me on Twitter at cat_velour, VOLEUR. You can also check out the channel on YouTube that I write for, Wicked Binge.
Wicked Binge, nice. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you again. Shout out to Damian for hopping on here with us. We appreciate it very much. Thank you, Damian. And we'll catch you next week, guys. Patreon pick next week. That's what I wanted to bring up. Next week, we will have the Patreon movie pick. God help us.
It's fine.
Shark Exorcist.
No. Goodbye. Good night from Slasher Radio. God, Kat, no, don't even.
All the best of Slasher Radio podcast.
If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.